Yeah, hello dear students from grade 9. This is my first mathematic video for you. I will speak about algebraic models. This subject will be located on the Algebra 1 book in from page 35 to page 44. My objectives in this video are interpreting parts of the expression, how you interpret, how do you distinguish between what's a term, what's a coefficient, what is the factors, and then interpreting algebraic expression in a context. What is the context, at what are the parts of these contexts, and how you relate them to each other, and then comparing algebraic expressions. You compare between two expressions, which one is bigger, which one is smaller, and then going first to the interpreting parts of the expression. Simply, it is getting to know the parts of your expression from what it consists of. So we have this equation here, which is the result of a certain context problem, and I had this equation. This is a correct equation, but because I have a negative sign here, it would be better and more accurate to write it in this way. Why? So that I can avoid any error concerning this negative part here, okay? And it will be much easier to distinguish the terms and to write them much more correctly. So the terms of this expression now are 2x, 3y, minus 4z, and 10. The coefficient are the numerical part of the variable. So they are 2, 3, minus 4, but not 10, because there is no variable here. And the factors of this expression here are 2 and x for the term 1, 3 and y for term 2, minus 4 and z for term 3, and 10 for term 4. These are the terms which all the equations are consist from, okay? So I took these two questions now from the practice book 41 to explain this for you. So number 2, we have this equation, which would be of course written in a better way in this way. As I said, because of the negative signs here, you put more pluses so that you can distinguish the terms much easier. So the terms are 8x minus 20y and minus 10, and the coefficient are the numerical part of the variables, which are 8 minus 20, okay? And this is number 2. Number 1, I uploaded it for you as an answer key in the Google Classroom. For 4, we have this equation here. There is also a negative part here. You can write 13m plus between brackets minus 2n. We have two terms, 13m and minus 2n. But he's asking me for the factors. What are the factors? 13 and m for term 1 and minus 2 and n for term 2. Now we go to the interpreting of algebraic expression in the context. When we have a story or something, how can you model, or what's this model expressing? What is expressing? So it's all about identifying the parts in the story and finding the mathematical operation that bound them together, the relationship that connect them together. Let us have something from practice, also page 41, number 5. We have this problem here. Erin went into a shop to buy something. Please correct this word. I think Erin is buying product. I think this word is written wrong in your books, so if you like, correct it to product. At a store, she's buying C cucumbers at first $1, $0.99 each, and apples at that price each. And then he's saying to me what this expression is about. It's clear that this is the price of one cucumber. Why one? Because he said each. Each means one. So for each one cucumber is 0.99, and for each one apple is 0.79. We add them together. This gives me the total price of apple and cucumber that Erin bought that day. Okay. This equation can be written also in this way. C multiplied by 0.99 plus A multiplied y multiplication here, because you multiply the price by cucumber. If I go to the shop and I buy 20 cucumber and 10 apples, so 20 times this price plus 10 times this price, I shall determine then accurately how much I have to pay for 20 cucumbers and 10 apples according to this equation, okay? More written in a better scientific way, it's gonna be something like that: 0.99c plus 0.79a. This is the cost of cucumber that have been bought, plus cost of apples that have been bought. Together is the total cost of the shopping in the store that day, which is done by Erin. Okay. So as you see from the context here, where are the actors, where are the parts of the equation of the context is C, and the money is 0.99, and A, also another actor, and the money. I have to find a way to connect these together with plus, minus, multiplication, or division. So let us find another story. Practice page 42. Now we have number 20. The price S of a pair of shoes plus 5% sales tax. Okay, what does that mean? The price of a shoes, this is the first actor, okay, this is the original price of the shoes, plus, that means plus here, 5% sales tax. When it is taxed, that means 5% multiplied by the original price of the shoes, so that to determine how many money will be added over the original price of the shoes. So that means the shoes will be sold even more expensive, because it is the original price of the shoes, S, plus more 5% of the original price of the shoes on the shoes, so that you can determine after that the net price of the shoes, how much you will buy the shoes. Okay, so this is here also a distributive property from mathematics, because you have the S here as a common factor, you take it out. What stays inside between the brackets is 1 plus 0.05, and it is like 1.05 S. Okay, this is the net price of the shoes, so the shoes is more expensive. Here the story is something else. The original price is P for an item less by discount, so we have a discount here. By discount you have to buy the item much cheaper, not expensive, because 20% of the original price, 20% is taken away from the original price, not added, taken away. How did I know it is minus? Because the word less. Okay, so these are the actors now of the equation. I have to relate them all together with operations. So we have the original price. Always there is the original price of something, and then minus or plus. Minus or plus was taken from or added to the original price. Here is taken from. 20% of the original price is taken from the original price. Then it gives me the new price after discount. Okay, this is the distributive property again. Okay, let us take another two questions from the same page, I think. 22. We have 22. The price of a house is recently bought house plus 10% tax. Again, there's a tax because there's the original price of the house, that much, and then a tax is added on the price of the house, so the house is now more expensive than before. Okay, how much tax? It is how much? 1% from the original price of the house. Okay, plus 10% of the from the original price of the house. So 10% multiplied by the original price of the house, you determine the value and you add this value to the original price of the house. So the house is getting now more expensive. Also, originally deposited money in a bank plus 30%. The actors is money, P, money in the bank, and 3% interest. This is something good, because you put money in the bank and you get interest added to your money. You're getting more money on your bank, but of course depending on how much money you put in the bank. For example, I put P money in the bank, 1,000. I get 3% extra money added to the money of to my money in the bank. Okay, if I put 10,000, I get 3% of my 10,000 added to as gain to my money in the bank. If I put $1 million, I get 3% of that $1 million extra added to my money in the bank. So you are getting more money. You are getting money. The more you put money in the bank, the more the interest will be bigger. That is what the equation is saying. P is the money in the bank, your money, original money without interest, plus the interest. The interest, how much? Is 3% multiplied by your original money, added to your money. So the total money, which is for you, is this equation represents the total money plus the interest that is given to you through the bank. Okay. Now 26 is a multi-step problem on page 43, I think, page 43, number 26. I shall speak about this in also in steps, but let us identify the actors. It is tickets, 6%, $20, price per person. He wants the price per person. Okay, and we have here I think $20 additional fees, 6% from the price of the ticket. What is our first actor? The first actor is T. Our first hero is T. Second, tax is added to the price of the original price of the 2 tickets. Of course, here we are speaking about tickets, not one ticket. It is not one ticket, it is tickets, because Jan bought tickets for him and for his friend. So I'm assuming there are 2 tickets. But these operations are made all on 2 tickets, not 1 ticket, okay? So the tickets bought are T, not 2T. No, leave it as T, okay? Tax is added to the price of the original price of the 2 tickets, 6%. So will be written, T is the original, this one, the same, T is the original price of the ticket, plus 6% from the original price of the ticket. So 6% multiplied by the original price of the ticket will be added to the same ticket, and then also $20 extra transaction fees. And this extra money have nothing to do with the ticket. It's only extra $20 for each one buying a ticket. But this one, I think it is for 2 tickets, because we spoke always about tickets and not 1 ticket. So ticket, the original price of the 2 tickets here, because we spoke about 2 tickets, plus the tax on these 2 tickets, that much, okay, plus the fees on these 2 tickets. This is the equation which represents the total cost of the 2 tickets, but I want 1 ticket, so I have to divide it by 2. I divide the equation by 2 so that I can have the equation which represents the total cost of 1 ticket. It will be like that. Price per 1 person, because he needs the price of 1 person and not 2 persons. Now comparing between algebraic expressions, when 2 variables or 2 unknown are involved into 2 expressions, we can predict the expressions as bigger or smaller than the other by using the bigger sign or smaller sign, or also the equal sign. Okay, so what is this about? It is very easy. It is I go again to practice page 42, number 15. I took this from the practice. We have to compare between the following expressions. Which ones? Which expressions? This expression and this expression. According to this condition, the important condition is A bigger than B. I have A bigger than B. Okay, so you suppose when it is too difficult to evaluate or to determine which one is bigger or smaller without numbers, so I tell you, you suggest a number, you suppose a number. But important is when you suggest a number, you have to be submitted to this condition that A is bigger than B. When I take A equal 10 and B equal 8, they are submitting to this condition. A 10 is bigger than B 8, and it is correct. When it is correct, is okay. I don't care this number is 100 and this is 90, or this is 1000 and this is 2. This is no problem. But I took 10 and 8 for simplicity by mathematical operations. Okay, take any 2 numbers, don't worry, but let A be 10, for example, B be 8. Okay, and important is they are submitting to this condition, A is bigger than B. Then I substitute the values into this expression, and I see if it is true, it is bigger or smaller than 0.5. When I submit the values here, this will give me 0.4. 0.4, is it bigger or smaller than 0.5? It is smaller than 0.5. Okay, what is the conclusion from that? That B over A over B is smaller than 0.5, or 0.5 is bigger than B over A over B. Okay, this is the conclusion I get after I substitute the values into these equations. Okay, let us take another example. Also page 42, number 16. Okay, we have A, sorry, this is page 43, not 42, I think. Yeah, no, it is 42. It is 42. It is this is in page 42. Yeah. Okay, number 16. Also the same conditions. A is bigger than B. So when A bigger than B, but we have another variable here. It is the C. But it doesn't matter C. It doesn't matter because C will be added to the both parties. When you add the same quantity to both parties, nothing will change. Nothing will change. If you add different quantities on two parties, something can change. Somewhere will be increased and another way will be decreased, okay, and the other part will be decreased, but we are adding the same quantity. Okay, so again, suppose A equal 10, B equal 8, and C equal 100. You can take C1 or 2 or 0 or I don't know, any number, because at the end I shall add them to the both side to see if I can get to my conclusions. Okay, but important that A and B are submitting to this condition: A is bigger than B. So now we have this equation: A plus 13C, B plus 13C. Does something change? I don't think so. Still A bigger than B. Still A is bigger than B, because 13C is the same in both sides, so they have no effect. Let us see. Okay, after I substitute this value into both equations, I shall have 1310 on this side and 1308 on the other side from the B side. So that means my conclusion that A plus 13C is bigger than B plus 13C. That's all. Okay, let us find number 17. Also, number 17 is A bigger than B, the same condition. Suppose A equal 10 and B equal 8, and submitting to this condition: A bigger than B. Is A bigger than B? Yes, because 10 is bigger than 8. Okay, we continue. What do you want from me? I want you to compare this expression with this expression. Again, I shall substitute my values into my equations, okay, until I find that from one side I have 1 and from the other side I have 6. So 6 is bigger than 1, or I can say 1 is smaller than 6. What does that mean? The conclusion that A minus B over 2 is smaller than A minus B over 2, or A minus B over 2 is bigger than A minus B over 2. Only by substituting these values here you can reach this result, and this result will tell you that 1 comes from this expression and 6 comes from this expression. 6 bigger than 1, then this expression is bigger than this expression. I hope this video was helpful enough and helped you a little bit. Thank you for your attention, and see you in the next video.